everybody, and welcome back to the Withlacoochee River Railroad and the Withlacoochee River Report. Of course, you'll notice that there is a couple of changes. A couple of these cars have gotten weathered since the last time we talked. So follow me through the intro and we'll talk about it. Well, the big news this week is I went and weathered a few of the cars. Now, these older cars, you add a little weathering to them, and it kind of brings them back to life a little bit. Some of these older kit-built cars. Those are like the old All Nation and Athearn kits. Is what most of these are. They're pretty nice cars. I think there's even a paper side. Yeah, that Santa Fe car right there at the right next to the tank engine is one of those paper sided kits. I even weathered up my Western Maryland plug door box car, the one that one of my latest acquisitions, as well as the Monon, which is also a recent acquisition, and just got a bunch of box cars weathered up for today. Didn't feel like doing much anything else. Didn't feel like messing with this again for right now. You kind of got to be in the mood for something to want to mess with it. So that's basically what I've done today. I decided to get the compressor all set up and everything, and once I got the airbrush working all fitting and proper, I finally got it spraying. I have not weathered any of my locomotives yet. Yes, they most definitely need to be weathered, but I haven't weathered them yet. So I will get around to it soon enough. Well, let's talk about what else is coming up. As many of you know by now, I did do the front coupler and pilot on the dummy unit, the Menards dummy unit, and it's working. I have no problems with it. I still need to do the pilot and front coupler on the powered unit. And I don't know whether I want to put dummy couplers on the back of each unit and draw them closer together, or put KDs on the back of each unit and draw them closer together, or run a drawbar between the two. I think that would probably be a bang-up idea, since I don't plan on running those engines apart from each other anyway. So unless I paint them and decal them and do something else with them, which is also an extinct possibility. But that's something that got done in the last week. Let's see here. I need to get this loosened up a little bit. There we go. Ah, much more fluid. Okay, as you can see, as I've already told you, I've weathered up some more. They're looking somewhat better. They're looking more like they've been out on the road, which is a good thing. Got a bunch of them weathered up. I still have a bunch to go to get weathered up, and I have all my locomotives that need to get weathered up. So that being, we had a conversation come up this morning, so let's talk about it, shall we? Okay, oops, here we go. Alrighty. There we go. Okay, we had a conversation that it didn't really come up this morning, but it got to the point this morning where I had to actually comment in the conversation. I thought, this is pretty cool. Somebody's wanting to know how to get started in 2-rail O scale today. Well, of course, the easiest way, and if you've got the money, obviously the easiest way is to just sit there and, order everything online if you don't have a hobby shop that carries it close enough to you or can get it for you. But somewhere along the line it came around to, I guess they were discussing the differences between DC and DCC, because this guy, he's been in O scale before, and like me, he was in his was all DC. He wasn't doing no DCC or anything like that. And one of the things that another poster brought up, of course, I'm not going to name these posters. It's an email group. They have every right to their privacy. But another poster pointed out that he'd been doing dead rail for over 10 years. And talked about that. I thought, wow, I need to get to know this guy. Because I've often thought of doing dead rail. I dream of doing dead rail. I would much rather do dead rail than even run DC, AC, or DCC. And I darn sure don't want to be sitting there putting the money out for all the extra garbage you got to buy if you're going to run Legacy and all of its features. Because you got to have all the Lionel's nonsense if you want all of it. And it's the same way with DCS. You got to have all of MTH's nonsense if you're going to run all of the features on any of their engines. Even their older engines. You still got to have the equipment to run everything on. So, that being said, so I commented a little bit and told him, I think dead rail may not be the wave of the future, but I think Blue Nami is going to be the wave of the future. We owe it to Soundtracks. They released the Blue Nami, and now they've got they've created a monster. Basically, they've created what may become a Frankenstein monster, kind of like the guy that invented DCC. He created a Frankenstein monster. But I think Blue Nami might very well, whether you're running dead rail or live rail, it doesn't matter. Blue Nami, I feel, is probably going to be the wave of the future. While there's many of these guys that have been doing DCC for a number of years and they've got all the equipment. No, we don't expect them to throw their equipment away or anything of that nature. That's not what I'm getting at. But for guys just getting into the hobby, imagine that they won't have to buy any more than just a DC power pack to power the track if that's the way they're going to do it when they wire in that Blue Nami decoder. And I think that's a very strong possibility that they don't have to, it makes each engine, it makes each locomotive more expensive. There's no question of that. you're talking in O scale. From the O scale and larger decoders are about $240, $250 from Soundtracks. Is it worth it? It is if you've got the money. I don't really have the money right now. That's why I haven't switched anything over. I can't afford to. But, you know, I would love to. I can't afford it. If I get the money in the future, I will that's one thing I will give credence to. Because you don't have to buy all the extra nonsense. And that's true in HO and N scale as well. The O scale and larger scales, which is all basically the same decoder, they're made to work with dead rail. And I'm thinking, wow. And I would love to do dead rail. If I could do dead rail, I'd just be running on 2 rails. That center third rail be coming out of that line L track faster than an F4 Phantom flies across the sky, okay? Faster than a Democrat will tell you a lie. And so, yeah, I mean, if I could, I would. I would definitely do it. Right now, I can't. Things aren't looking all that great for the future, so I've got my DC power packs. I've got some AC power supplies. I've got everything I need to keep my trains going. Speaking of keeping the trains going, train shows. Well, we know we're nearing the end of the major part of the train show season. We know that coming up in the next few months, well, the next month or so, I mean, we've got a show next Saturday. Not this Saturday, not on the 10th. That's National Train Day, though. But on the 17th, we've got a show right here in Brooksville over at the fairgrounds. And I'll be there selling stuff. Hopefully selling enough stuff that I can buy some stuff too. May not be able to buy much. I mean, work hasn't been all that great. And I don't know. It seems like the slow time of the year has gone from January to June. It just doesn't have that. I mean, I've worked 2 days this week. Today is Friday, the 9th. And, yeah, haven't made a whole lot of money this week. I'm in better shape than some folks who haven't made any money all week. So, I'm not going to complain. So, anyway, I just thought I'd get all that out, and I want to thank you for coming and visiting. And if you have any like of the content at all, please leave a like. It helps the YouTube algorithm to push it up. And I love to see my own videos pop up as I'm watching other videos. I think it's great because I'm seeing them pop up in the feed. So, and it's good to see that. It's interesting to see that. So, until next time, happy railroading. Whoops. That's a pretty heavy train. Till next time, happy railroading.